Hi guys, it's Dale with the insurance. Today we're talking about your favorite topic, my favorite topic. No, I'm joking because it's not, because there are always changes. And we're not going to get into the political fodder with this, but there's always legislation with health, man. And I think everyone knows, or everyone would agree, that our healthcare system can be improved, right? To put it nicely. Um, but the title of this article is OEP 2026, How to Find the Best Health Insurance for Your Needs, right? You can write a dissertation on this, right? So this is probably a longer article. There's some good things in there about kind of HSA accounts, flexible spending accounts, and then other tax-friendly initiatives and other credits that you may be able to receive given ACA, the Affordable Care Act, and Obamacare, whatever you want to call it. But I'd like to kind of focus on the larger picture, right? How to find the best healthcare, and I think that's the meat of the article. First and foremost, you've got to make sure, and yes, it's weird, but you've got to make sure that you are thinking about this and electing coverage and choosing coverage within the allotted OEP time of enrollment for your state, right? So like there are 20 states. And that is managed federally and on a state level, right? So I think there are about 20 states. We list them in the article that can manage and manipulate, that OEP time period. But typically it falls within like 45 days, right? So like November 1st to December 15th, period. So if something special doesn't happen in your life that would kind of necessitate you changing coverage, you need to choose coverage within that time period, which OEP has been around for ages, over a decade at this point. So we all know that. So find out, go to like your state commission or your state's page to figure out what is your OEP time slot. But more often than not, it's between that 11/1 and 12/15 time frame, right? Now, there's a list here, and I'll highlight some of the things, and I won't go through kind of the bronze, silver, the tier packages, because this is part of the analysis that you need to be doing. But some of the things you really need to think about. One, make sure you're making these elections and choosing coverage within the OEP, right? So not relying on special enrollment periods. So you think you may get fired, or you may have a child, or something large may happen in your life next year. So you really don't need to elect anything now, because you'll be able to elect it within a special enrollment period the following year. Don't rely on that, because whatever you expect to happen may not happen. And then you may have to wait all the way until OEP that following year to elect something, right? And then the other things are to make, and this is hard to do, but you need to really think about your expenses, right? And expenses in terms of how often you go to, not just like how much you can afford, but also how much care do you truly need, right? And all of us, when we were young, it wasn't even that big of a deal, right? Like you take your employer afforded health care and you're fine. And some of that is high deductible, but because you didn't go to the doc that much, it was fine. As you get older, you need to truly start thinking about, well, what's going to happen next year, right? Reflecting on what's happened this past year, how many times you went to the doctor, how severe those visits were, right? And then speculate on what it might be in the future to come, right? And not just for yourself, especially if you're building a small family, right? Or you have large plans in the future, right? Whether it be having a baby or extending that family or adopting. anything like that you want to take into account right now, because our society is set up where you only have 45 days to really elect coverage for the following year, right? And the implications are, let's say you're at the cusp of not going to the doctor much, right? Like you're in that, I don't know, 35 to 45 year range, right? So you've been healthy all your life, but now things are starting to not happen, or you won't bounce back as quickly, and you're starting to visit the doctor a bit more, right? So you may start to think about, hey, you know what, this high deductible plan isn't for me, right? Or maybe the silver plan isn't for me because it covers, what does it cover, about 60% of the total cost? Yeah, no, silver covers 70% of the total cost. Maybe you're in the bronze plan covering 60% and you think you need more, right? You need more coverage, more peace of mind, because you feel that you're getting on the cusp of going to see the doctor more. You may want to consider a higher plan, right? A gold plan, something that covers 80-90% of your total cost, right? So these are all things that need to be factored in before time, right? So like preemptively, between that 11-1 and kind of 12-15 time period, right? Another nugget. What was the other nugget? This is something that you often also do when you're young, is just letting kind of your insurance auto renew, right? And even if you're young and don't go to the doctor much, you need to start getting into the process, so you have that muscle memory of starting to think about and review not just where you stand from an expense standpoint, right? Like how much can I afford, but also what are my needs? And by me, I'm saying not just you, like your family, everyone that's covered or should be covered under your plan. Because it has a lot of implications, right? You only get, unfortunately, in my opinion, you typically only get 45 days, maybe 60, to make these changes. So you've got to make it count. And you want it to be a thoughtful decision. All right. Thanks, guys. I know that was a lot. Thanks for stopping by. We'll chat next week.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. And if you really liked it, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. We love hearing from you. We love hearing from our viewers. So be sure to leave a comment below with your thoughts on this video, and we'll see you in the next one.